guys, so I'm doing something different this month for all of the books on my TBR, official TBR. I want to do separate reading vlogs just on these books, and we're also going to watch the movie together if we can. Obviously Shadow and Bones we can't now, but for all the others where I'm going to try to watch the movie together, I'll try to do like a react to the movie. So I'm starting today with The Lord of the Rings, the Two Tower, which is the second book in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I've been reading it a little bit today. I'm 75 pages in, basically, so I'm not very far in, which I feel like I've already listened to like 2 or 3 hours, even more than that. I think I've already listened to 4 hours and I'm only 75 pages in. What the hell? Did I not calculate it correctly? No, 415 and 489. Okay, whatever. I wanted to talk to you guys about something because I just finished the chapter where Merry and Pippin are with the... I'm not going to spoil anything for the book, but I will spoil like maybe the movie. I feel like the movie are pretty well known and they've been out for like ages now, so yeah, watch at your own risk. I just finished chapter 4, which is the chapter where Merry and Pippin are with the ants. They are with Green Tree Bird. What's his name? Treebeard, and that was such a cool chapter. And I wanted to mention how they did not do the ants justice in the movie. Like, that chapter was so cool, and we barely see any of that happening in the movie. Which, I mean, I know they had to cut somewhere because it would have been like a 6-hour movie. I would have watched it. But anyways, I know they had to cut somewhere, but they did not do the ants justice. They seem so cool in this book. They seem like, I loved getting to know their story and a little bit of their backstory. And he was saying how strong they actually are, and they could just like destroy Isengard. And I thought it was so cool. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. How in the movie we barely got to know them. And yeah, I don't know, I just thought it was really, really cool. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm not very far in. I'm cooking while I'm listening to the audiobook, and we're gonna eat spring rolls tonight, which I'm very excited about. I might actually show you a little bit of that. We are Monday morning. It is 10:30 and I'm working, and I was listening to Lord of the Rings on audiobook, and I just finished the Helm's Deep battle, and it lasted like 5 minutes, not even, as an audiobook. I was trying to figure out how many pages it was, but it was so short for like I don't know, like in the movie the battle scenes are so epic and so long, and they're like these giant things, and it lasted like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, not even in the book, which I already knew that his battle scenes were not like necessarily the best. It was not necessarily his strong point, but yeah, I was really surprised seeing how quick, I was really surprised to see how quick it went by. So yeah, I'm now in page, let's see, let's do some maths. So 542 minus, that's it. I'm 127, can you see? You cannot even see. Whatever. I'm 127 pages in, that's it. Okay. I listened to 7 hours of the audiobook. 7 hours and it's only 1:27. It's crazy. So crazy how dense this book is and how like there's so many things inside of it. Anyways, I'm really enjoying it. I'm happy I'm reading it as an audiobook. I don't think I could go through it as a physical book just because it is so descriptive for me. But I knew that already, and the narrator of the other book is doing a really good job. I really like him. He is the same one that I listened to while reading The Fellowship of the Ring, so I already knew his style and I really like it. So yeah, that's it. Hey guys, it's me again, and so I just got to chapter 2 from the second part of the second book. So in my version, it's a 3-in-1 version, but each book is separated in 2 books. So there's like 6 books basically in this version, which I think is how it was originally published. Like, I think he intended to publish it as 1 book, but the publisher said, no, we're gonna do it in 3 books, but like 2 parts each or something. I'm not sure. Anyways, so yeah, I just got to part 2, and then second chapter, part 2. So for the full first part, I was wondering where Frodo and Sam were. And I think what he did is the first part is all of like Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli's like parts, and then in the second book it's all of Sam and Frodo's journey, which I'm kind of nervous about because Sam and Frodo's part in the movie were not my favorite. I found it kind of boring. So we'll see how that happens. So we'll see how I feel about that. Kind of like the way the movie did it better. And I was like getting confused while I was reading the first part because I was like, the order is not the same as the movie. Like, we are Sam and Frodo, and now I think I understand what happened. So we'll see. But I have, how many hours do I have left? I have 3.5 hours left at 1.7 speed, which is the speed I have been listening to it since the beginning. So I'm probably going to be able to finish this today, hopefully. Yeah, I really like it. It was really, really good. But that's my update. I'm going to go back to work and I'm going to go back to listening to the book. I am really enjoying it. So I've started this clip like 3 times now. One time I wasn't actually recording, second time my battery died, and here we are again. Yay me. But yeah, I was in bed, I'm in my PJs, and I was reading / listening to The Two Towers, the second book in Lord of the Rings, and I finally finished it. And I say finally, but I went through this book way quicker than I did the first book. I really like the second book. I'm gonna give this 4.5 stars. The knockoff is just because I know, or I don't think I would be able to read it like as a physical book. Like, I would be able to read it obviously, but it would take me like maybe a week or a week and a half to read it physically. As an audiobook, I read it in maybe like 3 days. 3 days, I think. 4 days. I read it pretty quickly. So, and I really liked it. It was really, really good. I don't know when's the last time that I updated you. Oh yeah, I do remember. Okay, so the last time I updated you, I was starting part 2, and I was right. Basically, the whole part 2 of the book is Sam and Frodo's storyline, which I like how the movie did it better. I like how in the movie they go back and forth between Aragorn and their crew and Sam and Frodo's storyline. I like the mix of those storyline better than how it is done in the book. But I was kind of nervous because in the movie the part with Sam and Frodo are probably my least favorite parts. I feel like they're quite long and stretch out almost, in my opinion. I mean, I love the movie, so it's not a bad thing, but they're not my favorite. But in the book, I really, really liked it. And I love how we're getting to the friendship part between like Frodo and Sam, and I love how we're seeing that blossom I guess, in this book, and it was really, really good. I really liked it. This leaves with such a cliffhanger, which, like, I know what happens because I've seen the movie, but if I was reading this not knowing what's gonna come next, this is a cliffhanger, like a good one also. The second part went by so quickly, like way quicker than I expected. I thought maybe, I don't know, I thought maybe I would, it would take me longer. And it's crazy how he can pack so much story and so much world building in such a small amount of pages. That's like the crazy, like that's the craziest thing for me. Like, it's a small book when you think about it. The whole trilogy is about 1,000 pages, I think, and he is able to put so much world building in such small amount of pages, which is crazy, and he does it really well. Even though I say, like, I don't know how well I would do reading physically this book, I feel like he does do it really, really well. I mean, I would still be able to read them physically. It's just, it would take me a long time, and I'm always, it's maybe a me problem, but I always feel like when a book takes me longer than like 2 or 3 days, I feel like it's a bad sign, which, like I said, that's a totally me problem. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my update for this book. That's my kind of really quick review. Like I said, I'm gonna try to watch the movie tomorrow, and I'll try to insert some clip of that. We did eat a chocolate fondue tonight, which was really, really good. And I'll try to, and I'll insert some clip of that too, because I have a little clip of the food platter that I made, which was really nice, and it was really good. And I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna start a new book, I think. I don't like having nothing started for the next day. Like, I at least want one chapter started, which is weird, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey guys, so I just finished watching Lord of the Rings, the movie, the second movie, The Two Towers, and I wanted to come on here and kind of give you my final thoughts on the book and then comparing it with the movie, because it was kind of eye-opening watching them back to back, like reading the movie and then watching the wait, what did I say? Reading the book and then watching the movie back to back was kind of eye-opening, and there were so many things that I kind of forgot from the movie. And yeah, I wanted to come on here and talked about it with you guys. So from this point on, there will be spoilers for the book and movie, I guess. Not major spoilers, but if you have not seen the movie or anything and you want to know nothing about it, then I would suggest you guys clicking out of the video and from now on, because I will be talking about more details about the book and the movie as well. So yeah, but thank you guys for watching if you're clicking out right now. So I mean, the first big difference between the book and movie is, I think I've talked about that already, but the timeline is very different. First of all, the book and movie don't start and end at the exact same point. So that was just a little bit confusing at first. I kind of forgot about that. And then they added a whole scene with Faramir, and Frodo and Sam, which I kind of did not like. Like, they were so mean to Faramir in the movie. I don't understand why. Faramir in the book is so different than Faramir in the movie. They kind of did him dirty in the movie. I don't know why they did that. Maybe to add more like suspense, but I didn't feel like they needed to do that. When we meet Faramir in the book, he's so like trustworthy, and we really see the difference between him and Boromir, and I love that aspect, and we don't get that in the movie at all. And yeah, I didn't really like that. So there's that. And since they added that whole scene with him, then obviously the book does not end at the same place as in the movie. the book ends with a really huge cliffhanger, which we don't have in the movie, which is fine. So that's obviously the biggest difference. So in the book, we have two parts in the book, and the first part is all of Aragorn's and Legolas and Gimli's and everyone's storyline, and then the second part of the book is all of Sam and Frodo and Smeagol's, basically, storyline. And I do like the way the movie did better when they split it up, so we got to see them back to back, which was I like that style better. Yeah, it flowed better in my opinion. I like that more. So that was the thing that I do feel like the movie did better. The fight scenes in the movie were so much better. Like, it's crazy. Like, obviously it's easier in movies, but they went to town. It was so good. I loved all the fight scene in the movie. So that's one thing that I feel like the movie did better. I feel like in the book you didn't get too much of the fight scenes. Like when I read Helm's Deep's battles, I was like, it was finished in a few minutes, which was kind of crazy in my head. I thought we were gonna get more of that. So that's one thing I feel like the movie did it better. We didn't get too much of the like the banter between Gimli and Legolas. Was really well done in the movie. We do see some glimpse of that in the book, so we understand where that came from, but they put more emphasis on that in the movie, and that was really fun. I guess it's to make the movie a little bit more like funny, and so it's a little bit more like mainstream, I guess. I also feel like the love story is way more present in the movie than in the book. Like, it's barely inexistent in the book, and it's a pretty big part of the movie, I feel like. And I guess it's to make the movie more mainstream, like more what's the word? Appealing. I guess it's to make the movie more appealing to the masses, I guess, because you need romance in, like, I love romance book, but and even when I saw the movie before reading the book, I felt like the romance was not natural. It didn't flow with the rest of the storyline, and now I get it because they kind of added all of that into the movie, because we barely see any of it in the books. So that's one thing I feel like was kind of weird. All of the magic system is way better explained in the book, which makes sense because we have more time to explain it. But yeah, we get to learn so much more in the book of the magic system and the world. Just for example, that might be spoilery, but like the cord that they put around Smeagol, and he says it burns. I never really understood why, and I thought he was just like being a wimp or whatever, but no, it's because it was given by the elf. And it's a magic cord. That's why it burns. It's not just like random. Or the cloak as well. The cloak that they wear, like their magic cloak. They're not just like, we know they're given by elves in the movie, but we never know that they're actually magic in those cloaks. So it's just all of these small details that we get way more explanation in the book than in the movie. And I guess they just thought like, oh, no one would care, but like, it still bothered me. It wasn't like a big deal when I watched the movie, but I was still wondering like, oh, like that's weird. But we get explanation in the book way more, which is obviously makes sense, but they could have just slide it in there, I guess. Like, oh yeah, it's a magic cord, that's why it burns. I don't know. And another thing that I really thought the book did way better is the all of Smeagol's or Gollum, I guess. That happens in the third movie, so once again, that's a spoilery thing. But the thing with the spider, like the giant spider, I don't remember her name. In the book, it explained it way better that was his plan. Like, he had planned it. He had planned that all along. That's why he took that road. That's why he decided to go that way. It was planned. It wasn't just like, oh, I didn't feel like we understood it as well in the movie. Like, it was just better explained in the book, I guess. it's a bunch of little details that I feel like are not big deals when you watch the movie, but once you read the book, you're like, oh, I get it now. Like everything is explained a lot better in the book, and everything makes sense a lot more in the book, I feel like. Also, I talked about that already, but all the scene with the ants, I loved that scene in the beginning of the book while the ants have their like council and they decided to go to and they're deciding if they are going to Isengard or not. That was so cool, and I loved that scene in the book, and we barely get any of it in the movie. We barely get any of their storyline or their backstory, and I loved them. They were so cool. I wish we had more of that in the book, but like I said, I get it. It's already a 4-hour long movie. It would have been like 6 hours or 8 hours, so I get why they had to cut at some places. I now understand way more things from the movie than I thought I did. Like even if I thought I understood a lot, I now understand way more, which is kind of amazing. That's one of like the biggest thing from the book for me, is he is able to put so much information in such a short amount of pages. Like it's not too much long of a book, but there's so much information on the world and the magic and everything in in the book. That to me is kind of mind-blowing. And it makes sense. He spent like 10 years writing one book. Like he put everything he had in that one book, in that one world. So it makes sense how well it is developed and how well it's built. But it's just, I don't know, for me it's kind of mind-blowing. One last thing is all of the songs in the book. We don't have any of them in the movie, which for me that wasn't a big deal. I didn't really like the songs. I kind of skimmed through them sometimes. Don't tell. But yeah, the songs weren't a big deal for me that they cut that part out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my review for the movie The Lord of the Rings Part 2 / the book Lord of the Rings Part 2. I really enjoyed it, guys. I loved it. It was really, really good. I'm so happy I finally read it, and I really want to read the third book pretty soon, I think, hopefully. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want more of these individual book reading vlog. I like them, so I think I'm gonna continue them. I'm not gonna do one for each book that I read, but for the ones that I have something that I want to do special, like this one, I listened to the movie. The last one, I followed the story, I cooked a pho, so I might continue them. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video.